T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Ed Jones messed with the wrong melon farmers. Thug life. And here we go.
I prayed that he would burn in hell, but in my heart.
This is as far as you go. No more.
Hello, Sydney. Are you God damn me.
Wish I had you all alone, just the two of us.
Ooh, baby. 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 Ooh, baby.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Movies and Beyond. Once again, I am Michael, and today it's Sunday. It's a Sunday horror hangout. Definitely had to throw a little bit of respect to Tony Todd there before we came out here. That's one of my favorite sequences that he's in. I know it's not Candyman. I know it's Final Destination and everything, but I wanted to throw that in there. He was the man. He was a fucking legend. You know, it's Sunday. With me on Sundays, as always, is Mad Matt from Mad Matt's Mask. What's up, Matt? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Michael? What's up, everybody? I did not, I had no idea that you were going to be busted in the Tony Todd from Final Destination. That was that was awesome, dude. Love that man. What a horror icon. I'm so glad that I get this opportunity to talk about him a little bit with you guys. And another icon, I'll let you mention that, but happy to be here, brother. love horror hangout, man.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get it on, buddy.
Hell yeah, man. I definitely wanted to throw something in there. And, later on during the week, I may do, a little more because, dude, that dude was in so many things, and I don't think I realized how many things he was in until I was reading a lot of the articles of his passing because, whether he was in something as a main character, whether he was in something as, just like a little portion, it's like, dude, you watch a movie and Tony Todd's on the screen, you're like, oh shit, it's Tony Todd. Like, there's no mistaking Tony Todd. Candyman, dude, he is, an arguable character to be. I'm sure that he's on plenty of people's horror Mount Rushmores. You know what I mean? I think that Candyman is an icon, just like a Freddy, a Jason, a Leatherface, a Michael. I think he belongs in that conversation. And to lose an icon like that, it's like, man, like that hit hard Friday. And that hit in the middle of my stream Friday. We're sitting here doing paranormal stuff, talking about, and it's like, bam, Tony Todd has passed away. It's like, it's like that. Just the impact of that, it shuts stuff down for a second. All of a sudden, for a second there, I didn't care that there was paranormal stuff on my screen. You know what I mean? It was just like, are you serious right now? You're telling me that Candyman, there is no more Candyman? Like that's crazy to me, dude. That's absolutely crazy. I wasn't ready for that one. Not by any means. Jeez. Come on. 2024. What are you doing to me? Like, what are you doing to me right now? Good God, man. Good God. Let's see who we got in the chat for tonight. We'll get through that. Talk a little more about, let you say some things about Tony Todd, man. We'll talk a little bit about that. And then we'll jump into the Stephen King tier chart, man. This is going to be absolutely crazy tonight. I did not realize how many freaking movies that Stephen King, like, dude, there's tons of them. And there's tons of great movies that I didn't even know were Stephen King movies. Until I started researching some of this stuff. And I'm just like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. This dude has been on some like juggernaut stuff. Like, seriously, movie-wise, for sure. Not just his books. Let's see here. Jerry Wilson is in the chat saying, let's get it. What's up, Jerry? He's also throwing up the hello, Movies and Beyond family. Please take a second and hit that like button. Hell yeah. If you haven't hit that like button yet,
Jerry?
Please hit that like button for me. What's up, Jerry?
And he's good at always reminding them of that. It's awesome.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like all the mods in the chat are great at that. Jerry, he takes it, to another level. He's just like, I'm gonna throw out the Patreon. He's got all that stuff. Like, that shit's awesome. Like, serious. Let's see. We got Jerry. Hit that. I lost my place here for a second. Paula is in the chat as well, saying hi to everybody. What's up, Paula? I hope you're doing well. If you haven't checked out Paula's channel, go over and check out Paula's channel. She's doing shorts, looks like pretty much every day over there. If you haven't checked her stuff out, go ahead and do so.
Hell yeah.
Jacob's in the chat as well, saying hello, everyone. Here's my list for Stephen King's. First place, I would have to go with Christine, then The Shining, to Cujo, to the OG It, and to the OG Pet Cemetery. Threw out some juggernauts there.
Can you read that first line one more time, Michael?
I sure can. Hello, everyone, and here's my list for Stephen King. At first place, I would have to go with Christine. There it is.
I love it. I love it.
What's up, Jacob? I hope you're doing well, my friend.
What's up, Jacob? You and I just became best buds, man. That's awesome.
Mr. Rick's in the chat saying excited about tonight. It should be fun. I know I already picked 2 movies for the watch along, but just an idea for the memory of Tony Todd. I think Candyman should be put on the list. Just a thought. Mr. Rick, there are plenty of people that have not suggested movies yet. Maybe you can nudge one of them to put that in as a one of their selections. I think Jerry only picked one. Maybe you could have a side conversation with Jerry. Maybe throw that in there, because I am not picking a pick this time around. Let's see. Lydia's in the chat as well, saying hi to ho, officers. What's up, Lydia? Hope you're having a great day. Always good to see you here.
Hello, Lydia.
And James has entered the chat. The Shape is in the chat saying hi, everyone. I hope you all had a good week. What's up, James? I hope you're doing well, my friend. The Shape is in the chat. That is what I'm talking about.
What's up, James? Great to see you always, buddy, on here. Great to see you, man.
Val's from Val's Views is in the chat. The General is in the chat. The General always gets a salute from Movies and Beyond. She's saying, good evening, all. What's up, Val? I hope you are having a great day. Always good to see you here. Melissa, the wild card, is in the chat as well, saying, hey to everyone. What's up, Melissa? I hope you're doing well tonight.
Hello, Melissa.
See, Michael's in the chat saying, "Good evening, everyone. What's going on, Michael? Great name, man. Great name."
Yeah, Mike, and great dude. I got to see Michael a little bit at the shop this weekend, and he has been on your show in the past. Michael got a little bit busy, you know how life can do with us, and he's back at it, man. He's subscribed,
Oh
and
yeah.
dude, welcome back, brother. Welcome back, Michael.
Welcome back, my friend. And life does get a little bit busy sometimes. Believe me. Believe me, we know that for sure. See, May Ann's in the chat as well, saying hello, Movies and Beyond fam. What's up, May Ann? I hope you're doing well. Always good to see May Ann here. Let's see. Michelle's in the chat as well, saying hi, happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday, Michelle. Always good to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing well.
Hello, Michelle.
Don't want to miss anybody.
I do want to say also, Michael, the Michael who just jumped on, he picked up a piece last weekend that we're all jealous of, man. He picked up the Nancy in the Tub signed by Langenkamp and freaking Robert England, dude.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, he'll be adding that bad boy to his piece and his collection. Dude,
That is freaking awesome.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous of that.
Oh yeah, dude, that's sick. See, Michelle has hit her 8th month as a channel member here at Movies and Beyond. Congratulations, Michelle. And I want to say thank you. You know, thank you for everything you do here. Not only being a mod in the chat, but doing the horror shorts, all of that stuff you do for the chat. Believe me, it's so much appreciated. And thank you so much. And congratulations on 8 months at Movies and Beyond. Boy, time flies when you're having fun. Goodness.
Right?
See, T-Bone official. That's Tristan, correct? Tristan.
That is Tristan. That is.
I'm going to get it right, Tristan. I swear I'm going to get it right. Tristan is in the chat saying, "What's up, everyone? I didn't realize that was Tony the Todd and Friday the 13th all these years. Great scene." What is he talking about?
I read that. I wasn't sure if he needs a little tiny bit of correction. But yeah, Tony Todd was never in the Friday the 13th.
No, I think he was joking. That's why he's laughing there.
Okay, so it's over my head then. Okay.
Let's see. Jerry has gifted 1 Movies and Beyond membership. Jerry, thank you so much, my friend. Always appreciated, dude. And thank you so much for everything that you do here at Movies and Beyond. Thank you. Don't think. Let's see. JTG Studios is in the chat saying, "What's up, everyone? Glad to finally make it to the stream." What's up, man? It has been a minute. Always glad to have you here, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, let's see. I see John is in the chat. Said, "Hey, y'all, the once and future champ is in the house." I'm taking it that John came back and took his belt.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Oh no.
But it's good to see you on here, John. It's good to see you on here, buddy.
What's up, John? Mad Mom, aka Teresa Stevens, is in the chat saying, "Hi, y'all. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're doing well too, Teresa."
Hello, mother. Love you.
Always good to see you here. I see Kim is in the chat as well, saying, "Hey to everyone. What's up, Kim? Hope you're doing well, my friend."
Kim?
See, I think that I probably got everybody. If I did miss anybody in the chat, just say what's up again, and I'll definitely get you up there. Yeah, Matt, I kind of went on when we first, started about Tony Todd. I'll let you have the mic here for a minute, let you talk about, Tony Todd a little bit. I'll chime back in, and then, we'll get started on this tier chart because, man, I know we'll never get through all these movies tonight. Stephen King had 1 million of them, but definitely want to get through some of them for sure.
For sure, dude. Happy to talk about Tony Todd.
The mic is yours, my friend.
Yeah, happy to talk about Tony Todd. Listen, guys, when I first think of Tony Todd, for myself, what comes to mind is that iconic, spine-chilling voice that he brought to the screen.
Oh yeah,
dude, it was just, when he's talking, he needs no introduction. You know exactly who he is.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I give Candyman enough credit. I am a very big fan of, let's say, especially the original.
Yeah.
Very big fan. I have to take some time to think, but I'd even kind of like to know where it ranks in my all time. But it's, it's somewhere in there. But it had it all, man, guys. It had it all. It was different. It was unique. It had a story. It had character. It had depth. It had, those spine chilling moments. Loved everything about it. Now, I caught the news. I was talking to you a little bit, Michael. I walked in on Dad doing a late night Friday show, The Paranormal, which was just awesome to see.
Thank you.
And that's when you dropped the news about that. So I had to take a minute and sit down and take all this in. Now, what is just sad, I kind of just want to share with you guys, but about 3 years back at Horror Hound, I got to meet Tony Todd. I'm so glad I did. But it's just a shame because what I remember him saying to me, and he looked fine. He looked fine, dude. Nothing looked, out of place or, health wise. He looked good. He was moving good, talking good. But what he said to me, he shook my hand and it was just dead serious. You could tell he had so much to look forward to. And his exact words, I was praising him for all the stuff he's, done in the past. And he wanted to shake my hand, got super close. And he said, "My friend, the best is yet to come."
Oh, man.
So, it's just like, for me, it's like, that's like a, knock on the head. Like, just don't take the time we have for granted. You know what I mean? You can't. Like, this man was saying that so genuine. Like, God knows what all he had, planned for himself, but he meant it. He's like, I'm going to, he was ready to do this, to do that.
Right.
And, have Candyman be a back thought for all the stuff he was getting ready to do. And, now we're here talking about, his passing. So yeah, not trying to bum anyone out with this story, but it's like, yeah, man, he was amazing. Yeah, and you're right, Michael. He's on probably numerous people's Mount Rushmore, and he deserves it. I have nothing but praise for Tony Todd, dude, and what he's done for the horror community. Rest in peace, my friend. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. And one thing that really sticks out in my head, and it's a more recent thing with Tony Todd, was when the new Candyman came out and I was watching it, and as the movie was going on, I was like, it's all right. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that's, like, to me, it's iconic, it's good, it's not bad. But then at the end, when you see Tony Todd and you jump up like, oh, you know what I mean? That's how you know, brother. Like, that's how you know. That reaction, seeing Tony Todd, the bees are coming, and it's Tony Todd standing there, dude. And it's just like, all of a sudden, you're like, that's hard. That is fucking hard.
I don't know about your theater, but my theater got an uproar.
Dude, it was just like, what? And the greatest thing about that experience, Matt, was I had no idea it was coming. It wasn't spoiled for me. Nobody had told me about it. It was pure, man. Like, it was a pure, genuine reaction. You rarely get those anymore. You know what I mean? You rarely get that shock factor to where I was just like, oh my God, look, it's freaking Tony Todd. And that's how you know, dude. And that feeling, all those things, came into my head where I was doing this stream. And the original thing is, the original, or the moment that I heard that he had passed, it was just like, nah, that can't be true, right? I'm sitting here looking, at everything. And sure enough, man, it pops on my feed just a couple minutes later. And it's just like, wow. Like, that's just crazy, man. Definitely a legend. I want to say, RIP to the legend, himself, Tony Todd, dude. Rest in peace, my friend. And I guarantee that, this won't be the last time that we talk about Tony Todd, for sure. 100%. There's no. For the channel members that are out there that haven't voted for a movie, as you know, Mr. Rick had suggested, if you want to throw that on there to get into the spinning of the wheel, which will happen next week, throw it in there, and I will definitely get it down. This right here, let's see. Oh, let's see. Michelle has gifted 1 Movies and Beyond membership. Thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you so much for doing that. A million thanks. A million thanks. Thank you so much.
Let me ask you, Michael, when they vote for the movie, and when does that movie play?
So what we'll do, more than likely, it'll be the following week. We will do it on cast. It's channel members and Patreon members only. So if you're a channel member or a Patreon member, you will be invited. You will get the link. All you will have to do is click on the link, and there will be notice ahead of time before the movie. More than likely, since we'll be doing that, at the end of the week. This week, it'll probably be the following week. So probably next week, we'll be watching that movie, probably on like a Wednesday or a Thursday, depending on availability of everyone and the availability of myself. So I have no idea what my next week is going to look like. So we'll have to definitely figure that out for sure. But once I get the movie, then we can set the date. And it's fun to spin the wheel, man. It is fun to spin the wheel. I know everybody in the chat loves spinning the wheel as well. Let's see. See that Dino's in the chat. Dino, it's been a minute, my friend. I hope that you are doing well. And he received the super chat. Goodness. The gifted membership from Michelle. What's up, Dino? Congratulations, my friend. Good to see you. And I also see that Jeff has wandered in saying hey, everyone. Happy Horror Sunday. What's up, Jeff? Hope you're doing well, my friend.
What's going on, Jeff?
All right. So we got that together. Dude, are you ready to talk some Stephen King? Are you ready to spin that wheel? Are you ready to find out what movies are going
I can
where?
always talk Stephen King, brother.
Yeah,
always.
man. All right. So we have, let's see. So just to go over our tier chart real quick, go ahead and add that to the stage so everybody can see. We have all-time greats, really good. It was okay. The famous meh. And throw that in the trash. You know what I mean? And I really don't see a whole lot of Stephen King's movies being thrown in the trash, but it always has to be, on the list there for sure. Always.
Let me say something, like Michael, I hear you. I do hear you. And damn it, if he doesn't have some bangers.
Yeah.
I will say I'm not saying it's throwing the trash, but there are some, in my humble opinion here, some of his earlier stuff that I can do without. But yeah, I don't know if any of it's going to be throwing the trash, but yeah, his old stuff for me, man, is just pure gold. But I have run into some Stephen King that, didn't do a whole lot for me. So, but
well, I get
nobody
that.
wants to hear that, right?
I get that. Oh, let's see. All right, so here is the Movies and Beyond wheel for tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a spin, Matt. We are going to find out the first movie. I will put the poll up once we get the movie. Let you talk a little bit about it while I get the poll up. I'll talk about it. We'll see where they land. We're going to try to keep these polls short tonight so that we can get as many movies as we can on here, because I know that we're definitely not going to get all of them. And I was not able to get all of these movies on here. I got 31 of them on there, okay? And I know there was like 50, but I did my best, you guys. Like this is probably the largest scale of wheel that I've ever seen, that I've ever done, at least, for sure, on this. All right. Are we ready to spin that wheel? We are spinning. We are spinning. Oh my goodness. We have Cujo. Cujo will be the first movie. Let me go ahead and remove that. Yes, because I want to remove it because I don't want that to be up there. And I will bring up the tier charts again. This is a lot of clicking for Michael. Let's see. No, I saw this in here somewhere. There it is. Bring this up right here. I put Cujo right there, Matt. And how did you feel about Cujo, my friend?
Oh, dude. I love Cujo. I absolutely love Cujo. Today, what comes to mind is, I was lucky enough to meet Dee Wallace at Scarefest last year, or was it 2 years ago? I can't remember. But that was the performance, and I hadn't even once I met her, I hadn't seen Cujo in a long time. I was actually there, and I was talking to her mostly about being in Rob Zombie's Halloween, and kind of her, she kind of had a surge of a comeback, so to speak, there for a little while. But what she mentioned to me that the performance she was most proud of was Cujo. So that stuck with me, and it was a day or two after the event where I'm like, okay, I've got to give. I knew I liked Cujo, but it had been a good amount of time, so I watched it again, and man, do I see it! Her performance is another thing that's just not talked about enough. You just can see it on screen. She put her heart and soul into that role. You see the fear, you see the guilt, you see all these emotions. Just a beautiful performance. It hits home, what you would go through for your child. I almost want to put it at all-time great, but I think I've got to go with I think I'm going to stick it with really good.
Yeah.
But damn, if it's not knocking on the door of all-time great. Love it, man. But I'm going to go with really good on Cujo.
Oh yeah. Make sure that you guys are voting in the poll, because you guys will decide where this movie goes. So far we have 11 votes in. I see that we have 22 people in the chat, so let's make sure that we are voting, and unless you haven't seen it, of course. Then dude, Cujo for me, and I won't say too much because we got a lot of movies to go through with this. Cujo was the name of like any dog that was around, back in the 80s. It's like, watch out for Cujo over there. You know what I mean? Like, it was referenced so much. Any movie that dealt with like a killer dog or something like that, it was always referred to, as Cujo. And that was the impact that had. Like, Cujo was talked about a lot. And I remember that as a kid. I remember a lot of people talking about Cujo. You talked a little bit about Dee Wallace, dude. I freaking love Dee Wallace. I love Dee Wallace so freaking much. She is a freaking icon, dude. She's another one. She's a freaking icon. But yeah, man, if I had to put this in I don't feel like it's an all-time great. I do feel like it was really good, though. I couldn't see it going any lower than that. And looking at the chat, that seems to be the direction that it's going. But yeah, Cujo, that was a really good movie, man. Definitely a really freaking good movie. I loved it anyway.
For sure.
And it's one I haven't seen in a while, Matt. I probably couldn't tell you the last time that I watched Cujo. Like, it has been a minute.
It's a good watch, man. It holds up. Yeah. But just watch her performance, man. Damn. Because, when you're younger and you're seeing things, that's the last thing really on your mind. You could have somebody absolutely brilliant in front of you, but you'll say either it's a good movie or a bad movie. You don't really analyze the acting or what they're putting themselves through until you get a little bit older.
Right.
And damn it, dude, if she doesn't just put everything out there for this film, and she does, and it shows. Like, it's impressive, very impressive.
Hell yeah, man. So I'll get ready to close this poll here. Last seconds. If you haven't voted yet, please be sure to vote. I see that Peter Anthony has dropped by saying, "What's up, guys?" in chat. What's up, Peter, man? I hope you're doing well, brother. I hope you are doing well. We need to catch up soon. Definitely need to catch up soon, my friend. All right, I am going to go ahead and close this poll out, and it looks like we have a winner. And it looks like Cujo will go into the really good section. I think that's exactly where it belongs. I think that they definitely, the chat pretty much agreed with that one. So we'll go ahead and put that there. All right. Are we about ready to spin that wheel again?
Spin it.
Spin that motherfucker. All right. All right. Here we go. I saw that Michelle made a comment saying sometimes they come back better beyond their mic. Of course it is. You already know. Oh, dude, we're landed on one I don't even remember. All right, Graveyard
I was talking
Shift.
about that. I was talking about that with you at the booth this weekend. Remember?
Where are you?
Yeah, that's the one that's got a segment with Brad Dourif in it.
Oh, you were talking about that. You were
And
talking
it's a
about
collection of short stories.
that. I got you.
It's been a hot minute for me too, man. It has.
All right.
So if I'm up, I don't know if I can say a whole lot about Graveyard Shift. I remember liking it.
Yeah.
But man, I don't have a good enough memory
I got you.
of Graveyard Shift. I really don't.
Let's see. Great. Yeah.
If I'm ballparking,
ballparking, man, from memory. You know,
if I'm ballparking, I remember thinking it was, somewhat okay. And it might even be there with the meh for me, but I know it wasn't really good, and it was sure not an all-time great, in my opinion.
All right, I got the poll up, and just let me say this, you guys. So, unfortunately, the poll is only giving me 4 selections. So, if you don't vote and you think something is trash, just throw trash up in the comment section. That way, we could try to count, some of these up, and do it that way, because unfortunately YouTube feels like if you're doing a poll, you can only do 4 things, you can't do 5. So it's like whatever, you can only do what you can do.
Also, we could only get to meh right now.
We can only get to meh, and for being a positive person, I feel like the one I should leave out is trash, to where somebody can just throw it in the chat, a couple people, and we see a whole bunch of like trash line in the the comment section. It's like, well, man, I mean,
and we might if someone if you think it's trash, man, you think it's trash.
Yeah.
And as great as Stephen King is, he misses sometimes. He misses sometimes.
Well, you got to think too, like it's not always Stephen King. Like we're talking about his movies. Like he wrote the story. The director brings the vision. Like you talk about Stephen King even with The Shining, to where he said, I hated the movie. You know what I mean? Because he feels like it didn't represent his story well, like he didn't really like it so much. So I really don't even put it on him. I guess I would have to hate the book to say that it was, his fault that I didn't like it. But more so the, person, creating the movie for sure. Let's see. I'll try to get through some of these. I am so far. Mr. Rick said, boy, I need to start watching more Stephen King movies. I haven't seen this one either. It's okay, Mr. Rick. I don't think I've seen this one. I could very well start it up and be like, oh, I saw this one a long time ago. But that Melissa said that, and Stand By Me. I love Stand By Me. I didn't know that Stand By Me was Stephen King, believe it or not, until the other day. Like, that's crazy.
That surprises me, because you do love Stand By Me.
I do. I love
quite a bit.
Growing up as a kid, dude, Stand By Me, I watched it so many times, but I never really looked into the movie, after that, being a kid and watching it so much. God, it was so good. Lori said that's The Stand scared me. I don't think I've seen The Stand either. Oh, God, I feel horrible. Michelle said it's really good. All right. Well, I should probably bring that movie up on the chart as well. See, Graveyard Shift. There's so many of these movies to go through. And I'll find it and pull it up here, and then we'll go ahead and end the pool.
Something Melissa said too, and like that Cujo's one that top 3 that scared her. Yeah. It is terrifying. It is, man. They do a really good job with that. Like there are some scenes, especially watching that younger, where you're like, oh damn. And everybody's got a dog. You got a friend that's got a dog that you're not so fond of, or up the road where you go to get the milk for your family's got that nasty ass Rottweiler or whatever. So it brought true fear, and that's what Stephen King was king on. He could bring true fear in real life situations, like nobody ever really.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was scary.
Hell yeah, man. So Graveyard Shift landed it okay, so we went ahead and put it in the okay section. Let me go ahead and bring up that wheel, and let's go ahead and spin that wheel for our third movie. Spinning the Movies and Beyond wheel. Let's go. Oh, I can talk about this one for a minute. Silver Bullet. Oh, dude, this might be probably one of my favorite werewolf movies of all time. Pull this back.
Such a fun watch.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Get this poll set up. I keep clicking the wrong button to do this too.
Now, I know not too long ago we talked a little bit about Silver Bullet. Were we doing? Was that on werewolf films? Were we covering werewolf movies that we brought that one up, or was it creature feature?
I honestly don't remember. I don't remember, but shoot, Silver Bullet to me, I remember seeing this as a kid, man. You know, Corey Haim. You had Gary Busey in this movie, and it genuinely, you know, this is one of the films that you see werewolf movies now, and they're not so much of a like scary type of movie. They're more of like, oh, that werewolf looks awesome, or oh, that's pretty cool. This movie did a good job of playing into like the fear of it. You know, you didn't know who the werewolf was. You know, you're trying to figure that out, and then you find out, and you're like, oh shit, you know. I really enjoy Silver Bullet. I just recently bought Silver Bullet because I never had it on physical media, and I just bought a collector's edition of it, and I haven't sat back to, you know, watch the collector's edition Blu-ray of it yet. I haven't really had time to do so, but I'm definitely looking forward to that, man. This movie, to me, when you talk about werewolf movies, this is up there for me. Like, this might be my favorite werewolf movie of all time. It's definitely in the conversation for sure. I really enjoy this one. All right. Let's see. Oh, Jerry Wilson, real quick. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut you off. Has gifted 1 Movies and Beyond membership. Thank you so much, Jerry. You are the man. I appreciate it so much. Thank you a million times. All right.
No, you're good. I was gonna say, is that where you're putting it at? Okay.
I'm putting it at really good. I'm just throwing it right there because, you know, the chat's gonna have to vote this in here.
Is with me on Silver Bullet, I can't really disagree with anything you said. Right. For me, it's a super fun watch. You know, it's got a little bit of that. You know, it's got that nostalgia that, you know, it takes you back. You know, with the time where the Hames were tearing it up, and Gary Busey, the werewolf looks fantastic. The story's great. I'm right there with you, buddy. I'd put it at really good.
Yeah. Definitely.
And it's one of my favorite werewolf movies as well. Yeah, we really agree on that one.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Tristan saying his take on werewolves are superb. Was a huge fan of reading Cycle the Werewolf by Stephen King. Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
I know Tristan's. I believe he's read quite a bit of the book, so it's always cool to get the take on the person who's also read the book and watched the film.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, with any book compared to the movie, you're going to get more with the book. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I really want to read Stephen King's It, you know, because I hear that it's so much different, you know, from the movies, you know, and it's something that I've probably been saying that I was going to do for like years at this point, and I still haven't gotten around to doing it, you know, but it's definitely still something that I want to do for sure.
Yeah, I've had the Christine book on my shelf for the past, 5 years, and just haven't gotten around to it yet. But I'd like to do the same thing. I'd love to read Christine. You know, I'm such a big fan, and I'm sure the book brings so much more to the story. And like, yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Just like it. I'd like to read it too, but that sucker's intimidating too. His books are intimidating as hell, are they not?
It's like, here's the movie. Is this the Bible? No, it's a Stephen King.
Yeah.
Good God, man. All right, we're gonna get to
they're
it.
massive.
We're gonna
They're
get to it. Jeff said that Kaylee's watching. She wants to tell everybody hi. What's up, Kaylee? I hope you're doing well, my friend.
Hello, Kaylee. Good to see you on here, girl.
All right. It looks like Really Good is going to win. It's 69%. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. All right. Michael's extra clicky today because I gotta keep going through this. There are so many things that I would love to talk to StreamYard about. Like, could we do this? Could we do that? And it would definitely help speed some of these up. All right, here we go. Let's spin that wheel.
So we might be starting a little bit of a trend here with this Really Good.
One came up. I'll let you go ahead and go on The Shining here, Matt.
Okay. Now, here's what first comes to mind. So when I've broadened my horizons a little bit as I've gotten older. But when I was a youngster, early 90s, getting into horror, damn it if I wasn't rewatching slashers like a son of a bitch. Just loved my Freddy, loved my Jason, my Michaels. But even then, I a little bit in my mind knew, like, come on, Matt, watch something else, not Halloween 5 again or 4,
But you might have missed something you said,
And and there were a few movies that were not slashers, but like, let's say were good enough at that time to get into, 12, 13-year-old Matt's watch time. And Shining was one of them.
Yeah.
The Shining was one of them. I spent quite a bit of time watching The Shining for that reason alone, because I'm telling you guys, it was slashers all day for me. But for that reason alone, and I've got more reasons, but it's an all-time great for me. The Shining is so unique that we'll never see something like it again. I don't need to talk about the performance of Jack Nicholson. Everybody knows it was just a jaw dropper. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Love everything about The Shining. The visuals, the build up to madness was beautifully done. That slow transition, and it's absolutely an all-time great. Like, and you can't bring up Stephen King without mentioning The Shining.
Gotcha.
You just can't. It's talked about today. It's stellar, dude.
Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna agree with a lot of the things you said. Only I'm gonna put it just below in Really Good, the second tier down, just for the simple fact that it's a great movie, Matt. It's The Shining. It's fantastic. But at the same time, for me, I just have a hard time being like, you know what, I'm gonna watch The Shining again tonight. I probably haven't watched that movie in like 4 or 5 years, maybe. And I'd be good with not watching it for like another 4 or 5 before I, like refresh on it. It's one of those types of movies. But then again, it's probably not one of those movies that's built to be like, hey, I can watch this every freaking day. You know what I mean? Like, dude, the music, the tone of this movie,
That's what impressed me so much, Michael, is it did have that rewatch for me, and it impressed me that it did. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, there's so many things in this movie that is good. But to me, it's just really good. It's a really good movie. And I know that I'm probably on the lower end. I'm sure that, looking at the chat, all-time great is, smashing the poll right now. But just for me, I just, it's just not something that I'm, but then again, we all like what we like, right? And I'm not saying that I don't like this movie, but you know how I am kind of with The Exorcist too. I'm just not, as big on, some of these movies, but The Shining is great. I'm watch it. I see the beauty in it, all the things you were saying, but I'm putting it under really good. It doesn't really go by what I say. It goes by the chat here, but it's just, for me, I just think really good. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't disrespect it by saying okay. I wouldn't disrespect it by putting it that low. But at the same time, it's just not one that I genuinely gravitate to when I want to watch a horror movie. But that's really all I have for that one. Let me go ahead and check the poll here and catch up on some of the comments. Let's see. Yeah, I'm very in the minority there. Let's see here. Let's see. Mr. Rick was saying, which Shining is it? The one in the 70s or the made-for-TV movie in the 90s? We were talking about the Jack Nicholson 70s Shining, Mr. Rick. Let's see. Michelle is saying really good. Hey, I'm not alone. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not alone. I figured I'd be alone on that one.
No.
Paula is saying, from what I've seen online, I would say iconic. Oh, yeah. Yeah, The Shining's good. Like, I mean, I don't know if I'd say it that way, but I see what you're saying for sure. Tristan is saying it might be a hot take, but Stanley Kubrick's The Shining was much better than the book for me. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, dude.
Okay. Interesting.
James is saying it's an all-time great. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Jerry said, Michael, we need to go to the Stanley and check it out. Let's go. Dude,
Where is that?
I have no idea where it is. But that's kind of, I feel like, even though it's not like it's the Amityville house or anything like that, I don't want to go there either. Like, just like, I would look at it from outside and be like, this is awesome. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I would go in there, but I'm not sleeping there. See how I'm progressively saying I would do more and more. Now watch, I'm gonna end up sleeping in that place for Movies and Beyond. You watch.
Well, if you need a sleepover, buddy, count me out.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, but these guys, man, they're all in. They'll freaking do it. Let me tell you. Jerry said movies about demons and possessions really spook me. Yeah, me too, man. They do me too.
I get that.
Mr. Rick said, did anyone see the skit, a mix of the voice of Donald Duck and Goofy on the scene where they're on the steps? It was funny. I don't know, buddy. I do not know. And you got to love the chat, Matt, because we asked where it was, and we got tons of Colorados in here.
Oh, right on.
Love it. I love it. All right. So it looks like all-time great is going to win at 64%. I figured that it would go there. We will put The Shining. It will be the first to hit the all-time great section there. Let me go ahead and did I bring that down? Oh, I don't think I ever brought that up. I'm sorry, you guys. My bad. Let's go ahead and spin that wheel. Here we go. Oh, this is a good one. I can talk about this movie for freaking days. We could talk about this movie for freaking days. All right, Matt, but I'll let you go ahead and start because I've got to set this up real quick.
Well, that's a shame, Michael, because I've not seen Stand By Me.
Oh, man.
And I'm getting nasty looks from Lydia across
Dude,
the room.
this movie's GOAT status for me. Okay, like you guys give me 1 second. Let me type this poll up real quick, and
I can always talk, man. So, somebody probably said, oh, this is a Stephen King. I probably said, who's the killer? Well, there's not really a killer. I'm good. And then just all the time passed. I'd like to check it out. I've got a good idea of, the premises. You and I talked a little bit about it, up at the shop. Yeah, I'm getting, oh my God, what Matt's like, yeah, I have not seen Stand By Me. I know I need to check it out. I know I need to check it out, put it on the watch list.
I gotcha.
And I know it's got a killer cast.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
All right, dude. Let me pull it up here, dude. Stand By Me, like this movie for me. Oh God, where do I even start? Like I saw this movie as a kid, and there was a point in my life where I could pretty much word for word this movie, as I watched it. But you're looking at Will Wheaton, River Phoenix, Corey Feldman, uh, what's his name, Kiefer Sutherland, dude. The freaking list of people in this movie. 4 kids find a dead body, dude. They're going to find it because someone else saw it. Dude, this movie is fantastic. This movie is absolutely, and I'm not going to ruin it because you haven't seen it. It's
It doesn't matter.
fantastic.
Val's fired me.
Oh no.
Val's
no.
fired me.
Oh, no.
It's been real, you guys. It really has.
Oh no.
I had a good run.
Oh, Michelle saying it's supposed to be a Stephen King horror movies, Michael. Look, there's so many good Stephen King movies. I couldn't leave it out. I'm sorry. I couldn't leave it out. Don't worry. I've been fired too, Matt. So it's been great doing the show with you guys. We made it almost 2 years, Matt.
Let's get up early to get in that unemployment line, brother. They say the better, the earlier you get started, the better your chances are.
Oh, it's so good, dude. And with this movie, I honestly,
T-Bone's with me. Go ahead,
really?
Michael. Sorry. Yeah, he hasn't finished it, but sorry.
Dude, just the line. Now he said sick him, Chopper, but what I heard was Chopper sick balls. Like, dude, that movie is like on top for me. Like, Stand By Me is one of my all-time favorites. It's fantastic. And I really didn't think I'd have to kind of talk around spoilers for it. For this, but apparently there's a couple people who haven't seen this movie. But James, thank you, buddy. We've been fired, and he said I would hire you back, buddy. Thanks, James. Thank you, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Jerry just freaking throws us out of here and says I recommend Michelle and Val take over. Jerry, look, you know what that tells me is Jerry's gonna support whoever's in charge. That's what he's gonna do. He just freaking threw us out, man, and he's just like, well, I'll join the team that's winning right now. Come on, Jerry.
Right?
Come on, Jerry. Oh my God. Jerry for president. Oh my goodness.
And he's already got his support team.
He's already got his support team. It's just like oh goodness, we've been fired. God, what can you do? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this poll down. It has been up for 3 minutes. And all-time great has won at 64%. So that will go next to The Shining. I will go ahead and end this poll, and we will get ready to spin that wheel.
And these 5 are looking like I'm comfortable with. Nothing's in a place where I'm just like,
no, me neither, man.
Yeah,
me neither. And the chat's always, they you and I, we don't always agree on stuff, but they pretty much keep it in line. You know what I mean? Like, it's never nothing to where it's like, I don't know how that got there. You know what I mean? Like, it's always really, really good. All right, let's go ahead.
Unless you got Scream neck and neck with the original Halloween, but yeah, that's neither here nor there.
Let's do this one. I have no idea. Thinner. You seen Thinner?
I have seen Thinner.
Yay.
It has been a long time. Thinner did not do a whole lot for me.
Forgot to take it off the list here. Let me go ahead and do that way.
It's actually going to go to meh for me.
So Thinner is going to go to meh.
Yeah.
All right. Set up this
yeah. Now it has been a very long time. I probably need a refreshing on the movie, but I mean, I remember that I watched it and was even thinking like, I probably won't see that again. Did not do a whole lot for me. But to elaborate on everything about it, I'd have to give it a rewatch. So you can count my vote, not count my vote. But I remember not enjoying it very much.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't. I if I've seen it, I don't remember this one. Unfortunately, so I don't really have so much that I can add to it. Because to me, like I can't even go by what I've really heard. So unfortunately, I really don't have much for this one. It does look like okay is leading the poll right now. So we'll see where that goes. Let's go into the chat real quick and see where everybody's at. Let's see. Lydia is posting. If you like to support the show, you can join Patreon and partake in additional content, leaving the link below. Thank you very much for that, Lydia. I appreciate that.
Heck yeah.
Val saying, so Michelle, what will be the topic for the next show? Man is saying, never seen it. And Melissa's saying, Thinner's good. Oh, yeah. Mr. Rick, I haven't seen that one. James is saying, never seen this one.
Wow. Okay.
Paula hasn't seen never seen the movie, so third level. I gotcha.
I wonder if that one came down to like the timing, was it not promoted well?
I don't know.
Because I wonder what, because that's odd for an older Stephen King to have so many, non-views.
Yeah. Well, Michelle liked that one. She said it's really good. Jerry is throwing out Mad Matt's link. He said Mad Matt has new items at the store. Check it out. Need gifts for the holidays, and then he provides the link below. Definitely.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jerry. That is awesome. Even gift cards we're doing this year. So if you got that, horror friend in the family, we got the gift cards. Thank you, Jerry.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, so it looks like this will be the last show. We will be replaced. Movies and Beyond. It's been taken over. It's unfortunate. And also, if you haven't hit that like button, please make sure that you go ahead and do that. I'm going to leave this poll up for just another minute here. We're going
and I'll tell you, dude, when two strong women take you over, there's no coming back. You know what I mean? You can't come back from that. But
you are done. You are done. All right. Let me go ahead and wrap this poll up here. It looks like okay is going to win at 50%. So we have that there already. We can go ahead and leave it there. And I will go ahead and bring up the wheel. All right. Let's go ahead and spin that wheel. Let's see. Secret Window. Oh, it's been a minute since I've seen this one. I actually saw this movie in the theater.
I've never heard of it.
Secret Window, Johnny Depp. Definitely.
Is it newish?
It's dude, that was a long time ago. I went and saw that. I probably couldn't even tell you the year.
But it's not like a Christine old, right?
No,
like
it's not as old as Christine. No way.
Like a 2010 or something.
Probably before that. Definitely before that. I think I'll have to check. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I've got nothing. I've got nothing on this one.
All right, give me 1 second, you guys.
Matter of fact, on that note, I'm going to take a quick little break here, Michael, refresh my drink and whatnot. Be right back, buddy.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh.
All right, and the poll is up for Secret Window. Bring this up over here. Let me pull this up here. There we go. All right, so Secret Window for me, it's been a while since this, because I remember seeing this in the theaters. I went and saw it because Johnny Depp was in it, and it was Stephen King. It's okay. So I did look it up. It was 2004. I knew it was early, but not Christine early. What I remember so much about this movie is I liked it, but I knew that once I saw it, that it was like, this is a movie that I can't really watch all the time. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that was very, rewatchable for me. But it was good. It was definitely a good movie. I think that if I were to put it in a place myself, I would say really good. I think that it's better than okay. It was definitely a good movie. But like I said, some of these movies for me, they could be considered all-time greats. And, people that love some of these movies, like, we talked about The Shining a little earlier, being an all-time great. I admit that, but it's just not something that I have, on constant rewatch. It's just one of those movies that I kind of have to be in the mood for, but that doesn't take away from it being really good. Does that make sense to you guys? That's kind of how I feel about, Secret Window. But let me see what you guys have to say right here. May Ann is saying, "Oh, Secret Window is not bad." All right. Melissa said, "Very dragging, boring movie." I didn't think it was boring. I think that it was different. I didn't find it boring. I just didn't feel like it had. I didn't think that it had like well, again, just to repeat myself, I knew I couldn't watch it all the time, right? James is saying never heard of this one. You should check it out, James. At least a one-time watch. It was good. Paul is saying love Johnny Depp but never seen this one. You should check it out. Mr. Rick said the end of that movie blew my mind. Yes, it did. Tristan is saying I'm guessing early 2000s or 90s. Never saw it. Yeah, it was definitely early 2000s for this one. Like I said, it was 2004. This came out, and this was actually one I went to the theater to see. Michelle is saying all-time great on this one. Hell yeah. And is saying I own this one. I got you. Michelle is saying I would probably pick a serial killer topic. Val, still working on the plan. Still working it out. I got you here. Go ahead and bring him down here until he gets back. All right, we will leave this poll. This poll is probably the closest poll that we've had so far. So I'll leave it up for just about maybe like 20 more seconds. If you haven't voted yet, please be sure to vote so we can get your votes in. It's important that we get everybody's votes in. I want everybody to feel like their votes count for these. So let's make sure if you haven't voted yet, please do so. And then just another reminder, and I'm going to do this, throughout the stream. Make sure that if you are a channel member, that you are voting for the movie that we are going to do a watch along with. We will be spinning the wheel at the end of this week, at the end of the show. We will spin the wheel to find out which movie. You can vote for that. If you're a channel member, you can do so. Go to the Movies and Beyond page and check out posts. You can go down, you'll see a post about it to where you can just leave it in the comments section. And I will go ahead and I've been keeping track of that. I have a list and I will put it in the wheel like we are doing tonight. We'll spin it to find out which movie that we are watching. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end this poll right here. We've been up for about 4 minutes there, and it looks like OK is going to win at 50%. So I will go ahead and leave that where it is, pull that down, and we will go back to the wheel. All right, it looks like Matt's back. What's up, buddy? We're about to spin that wheel.
What's up, my man? I had to mask up again. I was still a little naked.
Oh. Sometimes they come back. And pull that one out of there. Move this here. All right, Matt, go ahead for Sometimes They Come Back.
It's another one, man. I've seen it, but it's been too damn long. And I've been this close because it is streaming, and I've wanted to get. Is it a vampire film?
1 second. Sometimes. Really?
Is Melissa and Michelle planning their are they planning their next show?
Yeah, Val and Michelle
Val and Michelle
planning on.
Oh yeah, stop it.
Let's see. Yeah. Sorry, it took me extra long for that poll right there. All right, so the poll is up. Please make sure that you vote. All right. Let me get it up here for you guys. Sorry. This is taking me extra long to do this today. I know that it's in here somewhere. There it is. Sometimes they come back. All right. So where are we at with this one? I'm sorry, buddy. I'm freaking trying to
No, you're good, man. I apologize. I couldn't talk much about it. Is it a werewolf film? Or I'm sorry, a vampire film is what I thought it was.
No, it's people coming back from the dead type of movie. Like
So yeah, I honestly don't know what the hell I'm talking about on this one. So.
It's like, is that vampires? It's like, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's been a minute since I've seen it as well. And recently I've had someone, tell me like, hey, you should check this out again. Yeah, I haven't done that yet, but I do definitely want to check this one out.
I want to say, even when I did watch it, I was too young to really take it in. I believe I was very young watching this one.
What year did this one come out? It's been a minute. This is an older one, right?
Great question. Great question.
91. Yeah, that's definitely an older one for sure.
So I was 8 when that dropped.
I was 8.
So
Michelle said ghosts. She said ghosts.
Okay. Ghosts, not vampires. Ghosts.
Oh, good. Yeah, this one came out in 91. It sure did. And I'll tell you what, the poll is very close on this one too. This one is very close.
I like it, man. I like it.
Melissa said ghosts, vampires, Bigfoot, and slashers. I got you.
Sounds damn good.
I got you. Boy, that would be a crazy ass movie, wouldn't it?
Sure would.
There's ghosts, vampires, slashers. Wait, is that Bigfoot over there? I think it's Bigfoot.
And, speaking of Bigfoot, let me know if I'm, alone on this, but I would love to see a good, well-made Bigfoot movie. I know there's a lot of Bigfoot films, but they're always these really cheesy, low budget.
What? Dude, Harry and the Hendersons was the shit.
No. I'm talking horror.
Do you know the dude that played Harry and the Hendersons played the Predator? Did you know that?
I did. Peter, is it Peter Hall?
I think so. I forget his name. I knew that fact like 25 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, that's just one I've carried over. It was the same guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he was an awesome stunt type actor, for sure. But no, a good, creepy, scary, Bigfoot film. I'd be down.
Well, like Bigfoot's like a killer or something. Like he's a
absolutely.
I see. I feel like, and I'm not.
You find him and then you regret it.
I promise you guys, I'm not gonna make this stream about Bigfoot. Okay, I promise. But I feel like if there was Bigfoot, right, he would be peaceful. Otherwise, people would be getting mauled by Bigfoots all the time. If it was real, you know what I mean. So it's like I feel like Bigfoot would be like a peaceful. Like a Harry and the Hendersons Bigfoot.
I'm not going to tickle him to find out. Are you?
No, of course not. Let me rub your belly, and you'd be going like this to rub it. Like, no, I can't do it.
Little hairy man. Come here. No, I ain't messing with Bigfoot.
All right. So please make sure you vote. We're going to go ahead and pull this in just 1 second. Make sure that you are getting your vote in because it's currently tied. And yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Peter Hall. Jerry corrected us. Kevin Peter Hall was Harry and the Hendersons. That's enough Bigfoot talk, though, right?
We can make a whole stream about our theories on Bigfoot, even though I really don't have theories other than the fact that I feel like he's probably not mauling people out in the forest.
Oh, my brother has theories. Oh, my gosh. He can watch any little segment for 10 minutes and get believing in just about anything. It's something to see.
I got you. James said I would beat the crap out of Bigfoot. He's no match for the shape.
I think James has got some pent up aggression, man, because he comes up a lot with who can't take the shape, and I get it, but yeah, maybe you need a punching bag, James.
So I've never thought of that, Lydia. She said Bigfoots. It's big feet, Michael. Get with the program. So the plural of the Bigfoot, like if they're in like a herd of Bigfoot, It would be big feet. I feel like that's not right, Lydia. I feel like that's not. No, I would have to look. What would you call a herd of Bigfoot? I don't think it's big feet. Like I really don't feel like it is.
I don't care.
I think there was one in the 70s called The Legend of Boggy Creek, supposed to be scary, but never seen it. Okay, I got you. Well, yeah, John was talking about Legend of Boggy Creek right here. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet either. James says if he's like Chewbacca,
That's
that
supposed to be
cool.
a good one, you said? I'm sorry.
Well, I've never seen it, so I don't know. Mr. Rick said it's supposed to be scary.
Okay.
So, Matt, we have a tie to end the poll for this one. Really Good and Okay have tied. You and I aren't very familiar with the movie. So, I mean, we're literally going to have to do the coin flip scenario here at this point. Well, let me ask you this, because you know that you've seen it. When you did see it back in the day, did you think it was good? Did you think it was okay? It
would have to slide into the okay if I'm breaking a tie, because it was definitely not really good, and I believe I had it at meh. So
okay, all right. Well, we will leave it in the okay area because I don't really have hardly any memory of this movie whatsoever. I haven't really gotten to see it, so it would be a lie.
I want to check it out.
One.
I really do.
Yeah.
I want to give it a watch again.
I refuse to lie to you people. All right, so let's go ahead and spin that wheel. Let me bring this up. Every time I go to click on these, it's like the first time I'm doing it. I don't know if I have some sort of like all right, let's go ahead and spin that wheel. Let's see what's next. It was too much, so I just wrote The Shawshank. Y'all know this is The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh yeah.
Let me remove that. No, we'll bring. I wrote it as when I was reading it right there. I started laughing. Like, you just wrote The Shawshank? Like, seriously? You couldn't have wrote the Shawshank Redemption? You just wrote The Shawshank. Well done, Michael. Well done. Well, you have to type all these out. So let's see. Let's bring that here.
Like we don't all cut a few corners every now and again when we're going at it.
Corner was cut. The corner was definitely cut there. Let me set up this poll while I'm looking for this movie. Let's see. Start a poll. And I'm even going to...
You know, and I know this isn't even... You know, like, look at all these movies and all these greats, and I know it's not even the tip of the iceberg of what this man's done. Just what he's done in his career in general it's mind blowing. You talk about a man whose wheels have been spinning,
right?
Spinning, like just. I'd love to meet him.
Hell yeah, man! Hell yeah!
What an icon.
Michelle said, not a horror movie. You're double fired. Well, you're going to triple fire me if The Running Man comes up, because that's on the list too.
Well, I thought we were doing just Stephen King movies. I mean,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or was I wrong?
I put all Stephen King movies up there all together. All time great is going to run away with this one, though. I can guarantee that, for sure.
What was this one?
The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
Andy Dufresne, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely this one for me. This movie's freaking fantastic. Like I love this movie. You've seen Shawshank Redemption, right?
I have. I got a question for you though.
Sure.
Because I do agree, it's a great movie. Where's its rewatchability for you?
Because I'm
kind of relating this to The Shining with you.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah. I guess
I myself don't watch it too often, but I do know it's a great film.
Yeah, it is. When this movie ended, I was just like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, they did it. I can't believe they fucking did it. You know what I mean? All that stuff that Andy went through in that movie, and you really got the impression that he wasn't doing so well, and he was trying to, you know, portray that he was doing well, you know, or that he wasn't doing well, so that he could, you know, accomplish what he was trying to accomplish, you know, which was get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
I felt like this movie is great, but you know, when I really think about it, and I wasn't thinking about what you said, when it comes down to The Shining and the way that I looked at that, yes, I'm not watching this movie constantly. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not doing that. So it's a tough one, man. I do think that this is an all-time great movie for sure, but I don't think that it's I don't think that it's very rewatchable. You know what I mean? Like, not to say that if it's on, you know, I won't be like, oh shit, Shawshank Redemption's on. You know what I mean? But it's so hard. It's like
I also feel like
so
that
hard.
shouldn't. I feel like it's a little different when it comes to a movie like this. Like I'm not sure how much it should take away from, you know, you putting it into an all-time great category, because these movies they're not really meant for, like, you know, when we rewatch something, a lot of times it's usually because, you know, a lot of visuals and things like that. You know, this movie is so much about the story, and then you're like, oh, but then once you know the story and everything, it loses a lot of, you know, rewatchability, obviously.
Right.
I'm just kind of conflicted. You know what I'm saying?
I understand where you're coming from. Yeah.
So for me, like right now where I'm at, you know, I'm kind of torn. I'd be comfortable with really good or all-time great. I'm kind of torn. Where are you putting this bad boy?
Well, I honestly think it's an all-time great movie, but if I go by the same standard that I went by, you know, with The Shining, you know, I'd probably pop it under really good. But, you know, cinematic, like, dude, there's just so much that was so good about this freaking movie. It's fantastic, but it's really not going to matter which one I choose, because all-time great is at 69 freaking percent, and it is pretty much blowing.
And you know what,
the rest of these
Michael?
away.
I feel like we're both cool with that. Like,
Oh, I have no issues with it. Just like with The Shining, you know, being put where it was, you know, it's just like, yeah, dude, like, I see it 100%. I definitely see it.
And it's like if someone comes up to you on the street and says, hey, dude, the Shawshank Redemption is an all-time great. Like, you can't really say, no, it's not.
Right.
You know, you don't really, you know, they've got so much to back it up.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, man.
yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. So that's going to go under all-time great.
Now, if some jackass wants to say Halloween 6 or some shit is an all-time great, you know, you can dispute that.
Yeah, I could definitely dispute that one. Michelle saying, gotta go. Christine, Pet Cemetery, it comes up. Vote all-time great for me. Have a good night, everyone. Take care, Michelle.
Good night, Michelle.
All right. Let me go ahead and bring this down. And let's spin that wheel. Ooh. The Mist. Should always click the wrong button here. And I will set this poll up here for The Mist. Did you enjoy The Mist, Matt?
I thought it looked like it landed on It, Chapter 1 and 2.
No, it was it is now because I removed it. So it pops up The Mist. And then once I remove it.
I have not seen The Mist. The title was so lame for me.
What?
I just can't do it. The Mist. I've not seen it, man.
All right. It's okay. You should check it out, though.
I've not seen it. What's the difference from The Mist and The Fog?
Well, The Fog, they're different movies, dude. Like,
are they?
Yeah. It's like saying what's the difference between, like, oh God, how would I word that? Just because they're like similar things, like it's not. It's
Fright
different.
Night and Demon Night.
Yeah. Something like that. Something like that.
They just didn't have much in the title alone for me to get like Yeah, The Mist. I don't know.
You can.
I could be missing out.
You are. You should definitely check it out. You should definitely check this one out. Hold on 1 second. Let me set this back up. Let's see. Because I am going to run to the restroom. You could see the comments, correct?
Absolutely.
All right. I'm going to run to the restroom real fast. Let me bring up the Mist. I almost said The Fog because you got me thinking about Stephen King's Fog.
So sorry, guys. I have not seen The Mist. Let's see here. Tristan says, really good movie, but it leaves me with depression every time I see it. Short story was great too. Okay. So it's also got depressing vibes, not really getting me too excited to jump out there and check it out. Mr. Rick, never seen it, but I know about the ending. That's out there. I actually don't know about the ending. Jerry Wilson, The Mist has a lot of Walking Dead actors in it. Okay, that's very cool. I would guess a lot of young Walking Dead actors. And then Melissa, One Be Good movie is decent, but not Stephen King film. Okay. The Mist is, let's see here. May Ann, The Mist is great, but oh, that ending. So is this is the ending, let me know in the chat, is the ending like a big wow factor? Is it shocking? Because that's always cool. Jeff, Matt, did those Ben Cooper figures ever come in? Jeff, those are still not in, my man. And what I'll do for you, buddy, is I'll check with Mad Mom tomorrow. So I'll jump on that ASAP and I'll figure out what's going on with that, my man. And I'll let you know as soon as I can. For sure, buddy. James says the ending is sad for him. So it sounds like this movie kind of like hits you. Lydia, not one person spoiled the ending for him, then because I'm going to take the glory of witnessing his reaction. Okay, so Lydia says no spoilers, please. Melissa says decent. May Ann, I'm sure it was shocking for that final guy. You guys are getting me, you're getting me interested. You're getting me interested.
I missed good. I can let you borrow it. I've got it.
You have it?
If it's not streaming on anything. Yeah. Yeah, right here. I've even got the collector's edition of The Mist.
Okay. I'm hearing some. Yeah.
The Mist. It's a good one.
It's got a good I guess an ending you don't see coming. That's maybe sad, maybe a little depressing. We'll see.
You're not going to see it coming at all. Let's go ahead and check this poll. It looks like really good is at 67%, and that's going to be the one winning the poll. So let me go ahead and put The Mist under really good. That looks like doesn't look like the original cover. Well, that's the one we're going with. It's whatever. That's fine. Let me go ahead and bring this down. We will go ahead.
Yeah, think of that mask I picked up for like $10 after Spirit closed down. Like, dude, it's so fun going there and just getting, cheap mask after they shut down.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I've never gone there like late, like Spirit. Then again, I don't buy.
Yeah, I try to go the day after Halloween or at least a day or two after. And dude, you can get stuff for next to nothing. It's awesome. A lot of times I'll get masks just to like repaint them and make them project mask or something like that. But you can pick them up for, like I say, $10. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, man.
They had a really nice Jeepers Creepers, Michael, that was made by Rubies that like gave a Trick or Treat Jeepers a run for its money, and I picked that up for like $25. Yeah. You should try to check them out after Halloween.
Hell yeah, man. So we have Sleepwalkers. This movie I know I've seen, but it's one it's been a very long time for me. Let's see, bring this up. No, I saw that right around here somewhere. And I'll pull it up. I always hate when I can't find these covers right away because there's so many of them.
Stephen King did Apt Pupil.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's Brad Renfro. Michael.
Pull it up over here.
That's a real young Brad Renfro.
All right. Yeah, Sleepwalkers, dude. I remember when this came out, but I couldn't tell you anything about this movie, to be honest. It's unfortunate. It's great. You seen Sleepwalkers?
I don't believe I have, my man. I don't believe I have.
It has been a minute for me. Oh, there it is. Starting to forget names of the poll for the poll here. Okay.
Gosh, he did so much.
Yeah, you sure did. All right, you guys, I'm sorry. The poll is up here for Sleepwalkers. Unfortunately, I can't talk much about this movie. Oh, there it is. There's the cover right here. It's unfortunate, so we'll have to go by the poll for this one. I know I've seen this movie. Hell, I might have even owned this movie, a long ass time ago. But it's definitely one that I have not seen, and I couldn't even tell you when. I remember getting it when my mother worked at a video rental store, VHS. So I guarantee that it has been that long since I've seen this movie. This was early 90s, of course, for sure. Let's see. Lydia was talking about, I've never got to watch it, still talking about The Mist, with someone who didn't know the ending. This is going to be fun for me. Yeah. Melissa saying, I just saw it last week. It's freaking awesome. Mr. Rick is saying, I can't believe how many Stephen King movies I haven't seen. Dude, let me tell you this. Not only that, I can't believe how many movies were based off of Stephen King's books. You know what I mean? For you to be able to say that, like, that's crazy, man. Like, when I saw this list, I was just like, are you freaking serious right now? Like, that's nuts. That is freaking nuts. Jamie said, I saw Sleepwalkers in the theater. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And what's up, Jamie? I hope you're doing well, my friend. James is saying, never seen this one. Paula is saying, never seen this one. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Jamie said, I saw most of these in the theater. That's so cool. That is cool. We'll leave this up for another minute or so. We'll get these in for this. And man, dude, there are just so many of these freaking movies. There are just so many of them. I might start pulling some of them out, just start throwing up some of the ones because there's still so many left. And if we keep spinning, we might not, really get to them. So I want to pull out some of the juggernauts. So we're going to go ahead after, Sleepwalkers. We'll go ahead and throw, some of these up here. I'll just throw them up without spinning. And I know that's kind of cheating, but with there being so many of these at this point, I want to make sure that we get the big ones before the show ends because I want to see where some of these fall for you guys for sure. All right. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. It looks like, not a whole lot of people have seen Sleepwalkers, so I'm going to go ahead and end the poll for this one. It looks like it's going to win at 50% with okay. That's where it sits right now. So let's go ahead, Matt, and start pulling out some of the big names that we haven't hit yet. And let's go ahead and start with Carrie. Let's go ahead and do that. And I will put a poll up for Carrie.
Oh, love Carrie. Love Carrie.
All right. And the poll is up. Where do you have Carrie falling, Matt?
All-time great.
All time?
Yeah. it has rewatchability for me.
Yeah.
The story and how it hits hard.
Yeah.
You know, one of the best, you know, like teenage revenge movies of all time. Sissy Spacek is absolutely brilliant. And I guess I have some type of fascination with the Carries because I can rewatch the remakes. I've watched Carrie 2, you know, a good number of times. Just a big all around Carrie fan, Michael. And that OG for me has to go in the all time great.
It's like almost to when you look at the movie Carrie, and something that it definitely makes me think about too is for anyone that was ever like bullied, you know what I mean? It's almost like I'm sure that there were people rooting for Carrie after, you know, when she started to go nuts. You know what I mean?
There were.
Like that's I think that's one of the things that gives it so much of what it is. You know what I mean? Because there's probably a lot of people especially, you know, around that time, and you know, I don't know what life as a kid is like now. I'll never really understand.
Right.
But it was just, you know, back then, you know, kids were mean. You know what I mean? They were. And you know, she kind of got the last laugh with all of them in a really crazy ass way. And let's not talk about how she looked freaking standing there, dude. Like that, just that scene of her standing there with that look on her freaking face, just, you know, covered in blood, dude. It's an iconic, just a screenshot right there. Like you could take
you know,
a screenshot of that.
I'm gonna get on that,
that's
Michael.
freaking...
That's a poster I'm surprised I don't have down here, but it is so iconic. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get on that.
I mean, I have no doubt that this poll is going to end with this being an all-time great. You know, there's nothing below really good for this movie so far. You know, with the votes that are coming in. If you haven't voted yet, please make sure that you do vote, and we'll go ahead and wrap this up because this is about to be a freaking landslide.
Jamie Hart said Carrie 2 is underrated. I just want to second that.
Yeah,
I want to second that. It has its flaws and whatnot. But for a sequel, like, damn it, if it isn't fun, I urge people to check that out. Also, I would understand people putting Carrie it really good. I would understand that. With what you said, Michael, getting below that, we might have some problems. But
we're gonna have some problems here.
You know, I could see that. You know, it's not going to have the rewatchability for everyone. But yeah, it really intrigues me, the whole Carrie story. And you're right. That when she is staring with those flames behind her covered in blood is like, pause that. That is brilliant. Like, it is brilliant.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, it is just freaking it's just freaking iconic, dude. Carrie is freaking iconic for sure. All right, let's find another juggernaut in here, Matt. Do you have any requests?
I wouldn't mind to see some It action going on.
All right. So what we'll do, it looks like they have, you know, It, and they just have like the newer It. They have the newer It and the older It, and they have the cover for the older It is chapter 2. But we'll just consider that all one story. Okay, It chapter 1 and It chapter 2 for the newer one. So which would you like to see, the newer one or the older one up there?
Oh, let's go new.
All right. So we will say It. It does say It chapter 2, but we're gonna go with, you know, It as a whole, chapter 1 and chapter 2. So let me go ahead and start this poll, and we will go with It. And I will just put, I guess it's considered a remake. Is that, would you say that's a remake?
Yes,
All
absolutely.
right.
I would.
So we will throw that as a remake. We'll say chapter 1 and 2. That way nobody gets
their panties in a bunch.
That way everybody understands what we were doing there. All right. So the poll is up for this one. And go ahead, Matt. Where do you stand with It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2?
So there's a lot of movies, you know, that get me excited to go to the theater. There's very few nowadays that get me like stoked just acting stupid. And it did just that.
Right.
I love the original. I love the original as a kid. You know, like, who is this clown? I wanted to know more. And it had everything. It didn't just have a clown. The story was phenomenal. The kids were phenomenal. It was brilliant. So, you know, then all these years later, you hear they're giving it a remake. I was absolutely on cloud nine. Now, also a little nervous too, because let's face it, the great Tim Curry knocked this role out of the park.
Some big shoes to fill, man.
And they absolutely had some big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
And in comes Bill Skarsgård, who, and I don't compare these two. I know a lot of people like to compare and whatnot. But he nailed the part as well. He made it his own. You know, he wasn't just mocking what Tim Curry was doing by any means. You know, he brought his own thing, and I thought it was brilliant. I think both were brilliant in their own way. But it, for me, it's right up there with my slashers. You know, I love my slashers, Halloween, Friday the 13th. And when I stop talking about those, in comes like your Christines. So for me, it's an all-time great. Both the original and the remake would go to all-time great for me.
Hell yeah, man. Well, us just talking about the remake for right now. This one,
yeah, sorry, yeah.
For me it's towing that line between all-time great and really good. You know, I can see it in both, you know, aspects with us talking about the whole story. One thing that I will say, and you know, I'm not gonna repeat, you know, everything that you said, dude, but there's subtle things in these movies that made me like them so much. Like, we sit here and we talk about Bill Skarsgård, we talk about Pennywise, yes, all great, you know, fantastic. Talked about the kids, great job, really love that. But they're just little subtle things that kind of almost got to a point to where it borderline was scary to me. And I'll tell you one scene in particular, and this is something I like to bring up when I talk about the movie It is in Chapter 2. Surprisingly, I did like the first one better than the second one. But there is a scene where she goes back to her old house, and you know, she thinks she sees her father's name on the door, you know, but it ends up being someone else. She goes in, she talks to the lady, and while she's looking around, that lady's in the background, and all of a sudden she's naked and she's just like moving. Dude, that scene right there it just gave that chill down my backbone. You know what I mean? Because that's beyond like a clown that's chasing you or something. You know what I mean? She's not seeing it. You, as the audience member, seeing it all behind her. And you're just like, what the fuck is going on here? So yeah, it's for me, this movie, yeah, I have it teetering the line. The chat's gonna freaking decide, you know, for sure where this goes. And it is at 50% right now. So like I said, I thought that it was gonna be an easy, but we're tied 46-46 between all-time great and really good. So I am going to go ahead and end the poll, because if you have, well, real fast, I'll give it 20 more seconds. If you have not voted yet, please vote for Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 together as one story. Please vote.
So are we going to have to do a tiebreaker?
We'll have to do a tiebreaker. We're going to give them about 20 more seconds. But those are the types of things, Matt, that little subtle scene. It was just like, you know what I mean? Like, that was just a moment in that movie that was just like, it was very, very creepy for me, for sure. It was definitely very creepy. So, all right, it looks like the poll has wrapped up. We're at 46-46 for all-time great and really good. Matt, you are putting this at all-time great. Is that
I
what you
am.
said you were going with? And like I said, I was towing the line, so I can match that with you. I have no issue with it being up there, so we will go ahead and throw that up there and be the tiebreaker. So, Matt, this is the first one that we voted into place for tonight.
All right.
All right. So you picked the last one. Let me go ahead and pick this one. And I am going to throw up let's do Misery. Let's throw Misery up there.
Oh,
I want to make sure we get to these big ones here. And I will let you start with Misery while I go ahead and set up this poll.
It's another one. It's like I almost can just say all the same things really with that I said with it. You know, once I'm done talking about how much I love all my slashers, you know, if I start talking about great films, it's a lot of it is Stephen King. It's, you know, It, Misery, Christine. I love Misery, guys. I just gave it a watch. Lydia and I checked it out not too long ago. It holds up. Kathy Bates, in my humble opinion, is one of the best female actresses of our time. I think the woman is absolutely brilliant, and it shows tenfold in Misery. But the story and that slow buildup of this, you know, is she, you know, kind and just want to take care of me, to, oh, what the hell is she doing now? Like, what is this? Like, it's so good. It's so good, guys.
Yeah.
It's another all-time great for me. There's nowhere else for me to put Misery.
James Caan was great in this movie too.
He absolutely was.
You know what I mean? Like
he absolutely was.
They really painted that picture. You know what I mean? To where you're sitting there, and I can't tell you that I remember the first time I saw this movie because I don't. But I know watching this movie, the feelings that I had with it, to where you just slowly see the change. You know what I mean? Like you're thinking everything's going to be okay at the beginning. And when I saw this movie, you know, I didn't know, you know, that there was a book. I had never read the book. I just saw the movie Misery. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like, so I didn't know what was coming. And as it started to unwind through the movie, you're like, oh my God. Like, this lady's a freaking psycho. And I'll never forget the sledgehammer to the legs, dude. Like, that scene
is unforgettable.
Whenever someone says Misery, that's what pops up in my head. Like, just how crazy that lady was. And like you said, Kathy Bates killed it. They both killed it in that movie. And, you know, the whole setting of the movie was basically in that cabin. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't need anything else. Like, it was all right there. Such a great movie, man. Such a great movie. Yeah, I have to put this in. This is an all-time great for me. This one isn't even towing the line like it was for me. This is going all-time great.
And I love some of the subtle things they do with her too, to where you're like, okay, she is a little bonkers, you know, just like where, you know, how she knows he's been out of the bed because her penguin's supposed to face north and shit. You're just like, okay, what? Like, it's like, it is great. It is freaking great.
How a personality can go from here to there in like the blink of an eye is concerning, you know, to say the least. It's freaking concerning. Like, there's no freaking way.
Yep.
Nope. All right, so the poll has been up. We are going to go ahead and pull this because it's definitely a landslide.
It'd be great to go into that, like, not knowing that it's a horror film. Like,
you just not knowing anything about Misery.
Not a thing. Yeah. You just put it on, like,
for sure.
He's going to be okay. She's going to take care of him. It's hammer time.
She is going to take care of him. Oh my God. All right. So that's where it's at. Matt, let's do one more and then wrap it up, because we're going to hit this 2-hour mark here soon. And so let's go ahead and wrap it up. And out of all the Stephen King movies that you would like to see up there, actually, let's do 2 more. Let,
All right,
let's
all right,
let's do
all
two
right,
more. We'll each pick one. You go ahead and pick first, my friend.
all right. I want to go ahead and bring up Pet Cemetery.
All right. There it is. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. And go ahead, my friend. While I type this in.
All right. Gosh, man. Absolutely love Pet Cemetery. I enjoy Pet Cemetery too. The remakes, the newer ones are kind of whatever. But that OG for me has a lot of rewatchability. I love the atmosphere of Pet Cemetery. I love the premise. I love the story. I love the characters. There's just a lot of good in this movie. I'm struggling to put it at all-time great though, and I'm not 100% sure why, Michael, if I'm being honest with everyone. I don't know if it has that factor of like, the carries and the miseries that we talked about to get it to that all-time great.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to put it at really good, and it is towing the line like a son of a bitch, wanting to get up to all-time great. I love this film. I don't have a lot bad to say about it at all. But like I said, there is something that I do believe is missing that I can't put my finger on that puts it at, this is an all-time classic. So I'm going to stay right there. That's why I love this film. I'm going to go with really good, my friend.
All right. I'm going to second that with really good. I watched this. Probably the last time I watched this was probably just a couple weeks ago. Actually.
Okay.
So, it was one that I hadn't seen in a while. So I went back and watched it. It's one that I own. And I think that there was so much that was good about this movie. You know what I mean? And the mere fact that the dad was such an idiot at the end. You know what I mean? Like, tell me that at the end of this movie, you're not just sitting there like, what are you doing? Like, what the hell are you freaking doing? You saw this didn't work 2 other times. And now you're going to go ahead and do this because this time it's going to be different. Like it's fresher this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the things I did notice on the rewatch that I didn't notice really so much beforehand was, Herman Munster. I'm sorry. He'll always be Herman Munster to me. The neighbor across the street, his accent in that movie. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh my God. Like I just, because the actor so well, you know what I mean? But dude, this movie's freaking fantastic. It is, you definitely hit the nail on the head with that, but it's also one that I would put in really good. I'm really surprised you didn't bring up Zelda, because I know how much Zelda really got to you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Zelda was freaking creepy. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm surprised as well. Maybe I got all the Zelda out of my system, lately.
And dude, to me, it still has the worst freaking Achilles slice that I've still yet to see. Although Deadpool and Wolverine, it is freaking right there with that. When what's her name? X-23 cuts the Juggernaut's Achilles. You know what I mean?
It's still not on the level.
It's not as real. Like, I felt like the Pet Cemetery slash was freaking, like real. You know what? It just in my mind, right? And how I hate an Achilles cut. And anytime anyone brings up Pet Cemetery, to me, it's Gage holding that scalpel and cutting those freaking Achilles. Like, it's just, it's, oh God, it's just so rough. But yeah, man, for me, really good. I think that's where Pet Cemetery is for me. I will agree with you on that, my friend. But I wouldn't be surprised if this didn't come out as an all-timer, which it looks like, looking at the poll right now, it looks like it's going to. So we're going to go ahead and end this poll because it is somewhat of a landslide in that direction, to where Pet Cemetery will go to all-time great. All right. And then Michelle left a message too, saying that if Pet Sematary or Christine came up, to count her vote as an all-time great, so that probably would have made it even higher. All right, Matt. So let me go ahead and pick one last one, and I want to pick a really good Stephen King movie that I know that everybody enjoys. Let me go ahead and do it. Let me bring up Christine. I will bring up Christine, and I will go ahead and set up the poll here, and we will talk some Christine. Go ahead, my friend, while I type this up.
I mean, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's in that big three. I have the Halloween, Predator, and Christine. I've had those three for a very long time now, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. Damn it, I love Christine. I love cars. I love the old rock and roll music. I love the sinister side. I love Arnie's transition. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I love the kids in high school, but back in, like more like, 70s, 80s era. I love it, dude. I want to own a Christine car that only plays the music from the film. I'm obsessed, man.
I got you.
You saw me the first time I saw Christine at Scarefest. I was like a little schoolgirl on Christmas morning.
Yeah.
And it has tons of rewatchability for me. I can put in Christine anytime. Lydia was very cool, and not too long ago she surprised me, and we were able to see it in the theater. They brought it back out, and
awesome.
She took me to see it in the theater. So that was awesome to see in the theater. But it's brilliant. It's brilliant to me, and I've always said this. I got to mention this. Like, if you tell somebody, just in passing, that's not seen this movie, what it's about, it sounds so stupid. Like 9 times out of 10, they're probably not going to rush home to watch it, because it does. But damn it, if they don't do it, if they don't make it work, and it's brilliant.
It's good, man. It's definitely a good movie for sure.
So it's an all-time great for me.
Yeah. And I mean, with this movie for me, yes, I understand, it is an all-time great. And its rewatchability is pretty decent for me as well. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you start off with, you mentioned Arnie's transition, right? And the way that he starts off, riding in his friend's Camaro, with him, the way that he is as a person compares to where he ended up, because of that car. And you have, really good scenes, like when, the car goes to the what was that, like a gas station garage, and just freaking, floors it through there. It comes back on fire, and it just looks so freaking badass. You know what I mean? And then it's, repaired. It gets beat to hell and back. And then all of a sudden it's repaired. You know what I mean? Like, those are the things, to me, that's just like, wow. And something that Mr. Rick said is freaking crazy right here. Is this the one from the 80s or the one that came out a couple years ago? They called Halloween Ends. Mr. Rick, you're wrong for that one. You're definitely wrong for that one. But yeah, man, like, it's, dude, it's, I really like the ending of this movie too. I think that it left it to where this movie was a good movie in the sense that it had a beginning, a middle, and an end, and the end was the end. You know what I mean? Like, it was officially the freaking end. That car got crushed into what? How big would you say that cube was that they crushed that car into?
Like a coffee table. Yeah.
Like literally, it was the end of that movie. But everybody did a great job in that movie. Arnie Cunningham, the way that he was in that movie, the way that the actor portrayed him. I always forget his name, but he's been in a lot of things.
How funny was Darnell? I mean, dude, classic.
Yeah. Like, this movie had, especially for it being as old as it is, to go back, you know what I mean, and be able to watch it and still be interested like you are when you watch Christine. Of course, this is all opinion, my opinion for sure. But yeah, Christine, this is probably a once a year for me. I usually watch Christine about once a year. I think the last time I saw this, probably 2.5 months ago, maybe. The last time I watched this one. But I definitely I definitely think that Christine, in my opinion, is an all-time great. But
Yeah, absolutely.
it's not up to me. Let me read some of these comments, man. I got a little bit behind on these.
Michael's got a good one about Halloween Ends on.
I got a good one. Or I gotta catch up on these. I'm sorry, you guys. I got a little behind. Let's see. We'll start here. Jamie Hart was saying, I think Pet Sematary is an all-time great. I recently watched it, and it was even more disturbing than I remember. Yeah, it was.
I love
It
that.
definitely was. This is when I was talking about the end with the father, and I was just like, what are you doing? She's like, it's called grief. You never know until you're in that situation. Agreed 100%, but as a viewer, you're just like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, you definitely can't put yourself in his place. You know what I mean? But you can only be on the outside looking in. And I wasn't saying like how dumb is it that you're doing? No, it's dumb, but I'm not saying that the character would know any better. You know what I mean? Like, obviously what he's going through. Yes, freaking totally. I did not think that he was in his right mind whatsoever. But as the viewer, you're just like, what are you doing? Like, there's no freaking way. Definitely, but for sure, man. Jamie Hart is saying Pet Sematary was a huge influence on the game Silent Hill 2. That's awesome. That is freaking awesome. Man is saying, funny enough, Child's Play 3 had the Achilles cut, first horror movie. Then Pet Sematary was my second horror. So you got a double Achilles cut right there. Like, that's, oh, goodness.
It does have one in Child's Play 3, don't
Yeah,
they?
dude, it's been a minute. That's the one where they went to like the school, right? Like, it's been a minute since I've seen Child's Play 3. So I'd have to go back and watch that one for sure. I don't own that one either. I think I own
military school.
Yeah, it was a military school. That's right. Jamie said Christine is really good. Yes, it is. Jerry said, meh, just kidding. James is saying all-time great. Rock and roll will never die. Tristan is saying John Carpenter paired the SK was a perfect pairing, and paired with SK was a perfect pairing. It made me want a 57 Plymouth Fury one day. Yeah, I mean, good.
Who you telling?
So good.
Who you telling?
We got that one right there. We already got that one. Paula's saying never seen the movie. Definitely check this one out, Paula. It's definitely a good one. Definitely,
Paula, check it out and please let us know when you do.
Michael is saying liked Christine and Maximum Overdrive. Different. Hell yeah.
Okay, yeah. Maximum Overdrive is definitely different, but I agree with him. I've watched it. It's fun.
Oh yeah. Jamie saying, no, everyone hates Halloween Ends. I'll defend it until my last breath. Hey, that's something we always say on this channel. You like what you like. Like, that's hell yeah. That's freaking awesome.
Yep, you absolutely do. And but I gotta agree with you there, Michael, on the Halloween Ends.
Oh yeah. James is saying she was one pissed off car. Yes, she was. Tristan is saying in the book, Arnie was possessed by the dead brother of the guy they bought the car from. Oh, that's freaking awesome.
Oh, that's very cool. It's very cool.
That is freaking awesome.
Keep these books, Tristan, so you can tell us more, man.
Keep reading the books.
I love it. I want to read Christine so bad.
Lydia's saying that makes more sense, Tristan. Yes. Oh yeah. Man is saying, oh no, trust me, Michael. The dad was dumb. Yeah, it like wasn't. He was not in the right mind to be making up his own decisions at that point. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not even freaking close. Jerry says I likes Joyride also, dude. I love Joyride. Joyride is like a guilty pleasure of mine. I know it's not the greatest movie, but it's the rewatchability for Joyride for me is more than I'd like to admit. To be honest with you.
I love Joyride as well.
It's definitely more than I'd like. I've watched Joyride more times than I'd like to admit. Let me word it that way. Let me definitely word it that way.
Yeah, sure. I have too. I love Joyride.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Man said I'm looking for candy cane. Yeah. Yep. Hell yeah. Matt, dude, this was fun. I mean, I knew we weren't going to get through all these movies. That's why I kind of like cut it at the end.
There's no way. Started
pulling them up.
There's no way.
Yeah. That's probably my fault on prep. You know, I should have probably cut some of those out, but I didn't want to miss anything. And it was just, I don't know. But we'll look at it. We'll do it better next time. But I'm definitely glad we got some of the juggernauts in there at the end, because otherwise we would have been here spinning for days to get to
Yeah,
that.
you don't have to get them all to have fun. This was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
Love talking Stephen King, man. And it's like, even though you know how many great ones he's made, it seems like it still continues to shock me.
Yeah.
Because we're late, we're, like you said, we're 2 hours in the show, and then we're like, oh, we haven't even talked about Christine yet, or we haven't even talked about Misery yet. It's like,
I mean, that's the thing, dude. Like, seriously, like, you look at some of these movies that are left. Children of the Corn still on the table. Maximum Overdrive still on the table. Creep Show still on the table. Salem's Lot, The Running Man, like Cat's Eye, Firestarter, like the original It, freaking Green Mile, Tales from the Dark Side, dude. There's Dark Tower still up there. Like, there's Needful Things, dude. Apt Pupil. There's still things that are, still up there that could be another 2 hours just to go through all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
There's and not to mention the ones that are up here already. Stephen King is responsible for a lot of good movies, and not just good horror movies, but good movies. Like Stand By Me, Shawshank Redemption got thrown up there. We got 2 non-horrors that went up there, but I mean, dude, they were fantastic movies. You know what I mean? They're freaking
absolutely
fantastic.
It's all, you can almost even go as far as saying, like, when he does, randomly bring out a non-horror movie, it's a juggernaut. It's like, Green Mile. Very, very impressive.
The Green Mile was a movie that I saw when it first came out, and I absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved it. It damn near made me cry. You know what I mean? Like, that movie was fantastic, and I haven't seen it since. So that's one I might want to go back and watch. I basically remember the premise of it. I remember a lot of things. I remember being really, really sad at the end of it. You know what I mean? Like, really, really fucking sad. So, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let me see here. Man said, amazing stream. Do a part 2 at some point. We might do that. We might jump back in there for sure. I'll definitely make sure I save the tier chart here. Tristan is saying Salem's Lot and It were my 2 favorites of his. That's awesome. That is super cool. And Tristan, let me know in the comments section, did you see the new Salem's Lot, and what did you think about it? Jamie Hart is saying The Green Mile, I cry every single time. Yeah, I've only watched it once, and I do remember, like, yeah, that movie probably made me cry. Like, seriously. Jerry is saying, Michael, a Christmas movie tier ranking would be fun. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, it would be. Definitely. And Movies and Beyond is going to have to do something with my favorite Thanksgiving movie of all time too at some point. And that's Planes, Trains. Dude, Planes, Trains is one of my favorite Thanksgiving movies. It is my favorite Thanksgiving movie of all time. And with Thanksgiving coming up, I definitely want to do something with, Planes, Trains for sure. Let's see. James is saying, had a great time. See you next weekend, Matt. Hope to see you, Michael. Hope everyone has a great week. And I absolutely hated The Green Mile. Too damn. Oh, good God, James. You need to rewatch that one. And
he had such a great sign off until that last part.
Until he just throws out, I hated The Green Mile, and he clicks leave. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm going to drop it here and bounce out. That's what I'm going to do.
James, buddy, you have a good night too, man. I look forward to seeing you, buddy.
Oh yeah, man. This was an absolute blast. Paul is saying I was in the background for the new Salem's Lot. That's cool. That's freaking awesome.
Very cool.
Trista saying I wasn't expecting it to be good, but it was extremely awesome to me. They took some liberties with stuff, but it was still great and had me hooked. I did enjoy the movie. I just felt like it was kind of like jumbled up a little bit. I feel like they cut some of it out and we didn't see how they got to certain places. But overall, definitely enjoyed the movie for sure. I'm hoping that they release like an extended version so you get kind of like a better idea of, how they got certain places. It was just a little confusing to me and a little jumbled. But other than that, I enjoyed it. For sure. Matt, dude, this was super fun tonight, man. It was definitely fun. And just to let everybody know before I forget, next week's stream will be on Thursday, not Friday. So we will be doing a Thursday night stream instead of Friday. So just to let everybody know that. Matt, did you want to say anything? Any Mad Matt's Mask stuff before you get out of here for tonight?
Michael, thank you. I would absolutely love to, my friend. We are getting super excited, man, over at Mad Matt's Mask. just for the holiday season, dude. I absolutely love it. We're going to be bringing in just some of the best pieces that we possibly can. So you'll have tons of great horror gifts to choose from. Also, Lydia's been doing a stellar job posting a lot of our stuff on Facebook, on Instagram. So feel free to go over there and check it out. We are shipping things, any order over $100 we can ship to you. We're going to get the gift cards rolling, guys, but we're going to give it our all to bring you guys the best stuff that we possibly can. So come check us out. Yeah, we look forward to seeing you guys this holiday season. And like I said, we're gonna get some killer pieces in there. So yeah, come check us out for sure. Michael, dude, and just like always, man, thank you for having me. I enjoy it every single time, my friend. And I absolutely love you guys in the horror chat. I love this community so much. I can't say it enough. I just can't say it enough. So
hell yeah, man. I mean, that's the thing, dude, over here. Like, the community is freaking fantastic. They've always been, fantastic over here. We don't get a lot of issues with people coming in here and being dicks. You know what I mean? Everybody's been, for the most part, very respectful in our chat. And I think that it's kind of the atmosphere that we don't tolerate bullcrap like that, man. And I think that that's the thing that makes it so fun here. You know what I mean? Is everybody's close.
Huge part of it.
Yeah.
And we're too old for drama, Michael. We're and life's too short. Let's all get along. Like it's so great. Like, and I feel the same way. Like I feel so lucky. I get to, talk to a lot of people, in the horror community, at the shop and stuff. And then I get it in the weekend, then coming on here with you great people, talking more horror and stuff. I feel very lucky to be able to do that.
Hell yeah, man.
And I love it. So
hell yeah. Just a couple of things before I leave. Make sure, if you're a channel member, that you go over to the post and vote to make sure that you get your movie in there. So Thursday night at the end of the stream, I will be spinning the wheel to find out which movie we were watching. If you haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button. It helps out the channel. Once the stream is over, if you come back and leave a comment, I would very much appreciate it. And with that being said, Matt, let's get out of here, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.
All right.
Toodaloo, motherfucker. Hey, you